And when you think about it, your body is like a boundary, right? You have physical boundaries, but energetically, it's like there's nothing unless you create that just simply with your intentions. So I release that I'm someone with no energetic boundaries that are very clear to all entities and all beings. And I just feel like a huge release in my energetic field, in my body. And last night, by the way, I did a Louise L. Hay meditation where I created the possibility that I'm somebody that lovingly and easily releases the past. This is also Louise Hay, that I'm somebody that chooses to create joy in my world. Last night I had the most joyful dreams, and I woke up joyful. And it's just like, it's so much proof. I'm telling you guys, like the subconscious mind work is phenomenal, because it shows up in places where you don't have to even try. That's the point. Like, you're reprogramming your automated system. I had a partner dream because I intentionally am creating partnership, and I woke up with partnership energy. But that's the crazy part, is like it wasn't attached to any one person or anyone. Yeah, it wasn't attached to anyone. It was just the energy of partnership was like in my being. When it comes to like processing emotion, like I'm creating the possibility that even if I'm not in this space, for instance, if I'm having a conversation with somebody in the middle of having a conversation and I get triggered and something comes up, that I can actually release that emotion like right then, like release it unprocessed. And because I had this like fear that, oh no, it's like wrong to release unprocessed anger and unprocessed emotion. You don't know what it is. Like, you have to know what it is. You have to process it. You have to get the benefit. I'm like creating the possibility that my super conscious mind, the mind that knows everything about me, the mind that knows everything I want and that is in alignment with my truth, that it can just process it for me and release it. At least I was like really wanting to be perfect, but at the same time, people are really just desiring us to be raw and open, and that's the only thing that will resonate as truth to them. And there's parts that have been really painful, like really painful, and because I'm grieving right now. I'm grieving friendship. And I know you can't tell because of my energy, because I'm so joyful, but that's what I created when I created the joyfulness. I am somebody that creates joy no matter what. Like, even when I'm grieving, even when I'm sad, even when I feel angry. Probably my 8th time dropping something off at Goodwill. So I just picked up my external hard drives from the computer store. I had given them an old 2001 maybe computer. I had kept it because of the stuff on the hard drive. Yeah, I've spent like $76 to have them transfer the data from the old computer to a new hard drive, which they had to do like a 3-way transfer because it couldn't transfer directly to this new hard drive, because this new hard drive is only compatible with new operating systems. And then I also had a FireWire drive, which isn't freaking compatible really with anything anymore. So I had them go a 3-way route as well to transfer it. And then they transferred all the stuff from the second new hard drive to the first. So everything's on that one hard drive. They recycle them usually for free. They also do the free deletion. You can always like recycle at Goodwill, but Goodwill doesn't do the deletion for you. So if you can go to a local computer shop, they might do both the deletion and recycle it for you. So that feels good. And then we'll just have everything in one place, delete all the doubles, and just do like mass reconstruction, deletion, categorization, streamlining. The effort continues. I'm really proud of myself. I fixed my mixer. One of these channels wasn't working, and so you saw I had opened up, and then I used some rubbing alcohol really lightly with one of these, and you could see there's some, there was some like dirt and sediment. And then I used a cool setting on a blow dryer to evaporate the alcohol as quick as possible. So this is the first guitar that I've ever owned. I got it when I was 17. I don't know, I bought it for like $75. It's like the best guitar I've ever played. Took it to the beach you know, fire pit. It's just kind of like one of those guitars that can go anywhere. And I'm just really going back and forth around like my attachment to it, to be continued. So I'm definitely like selling some things that people gave to me. So I was having like some guilt around that and doing some clearings around that. I just want to like accentuate the importance of that, of like checking in emotionally with yourself. Like, even if it's something where, you know, your conscious mind, your reason and logic, they're trying to say, it shouldn't be, you know, it's a pair of socks, like that shouldn't be valuable to you. Pay attention to that, because that's not really how you feel. That's your conscious mind, your reasoning and logic trying to invalidate your feelings. You can validate your feelings at the same time, and you can say, you know, I realize that you're feeling like an attachment to these socks, and like that's okay, and if you want to keep these, it's okay to keep these. And sometimes it's as simple as that, like as validating your feelings, and then you feel this like release of attachment, and then you can like release it and let go. This is kind of like the weekend before Halloween. We went to a Halloween get together last night, which is why my voice is and I just watched the Seahawks game, so took a little break over the weekend, you know, of the whole purging process. You know, the new moon was last night. I really made a powerful choice this weekend energetically. I had a visitor over on the Olympic Peninsula, and then I had like 5 different social dates this weekend. And I started feeling anxiety around that because of some own fears that I was having. I really felt like maybe I should cancel this weekend. You know, like maybe the answer is to say no to these celebratory things, and maybe that's the responsible thing to do. And I really had to look deeply into those parts of me that were wanting to rebel and just be like, you know, fuck you, parts of me that are scared, like I'm going to party, and, you know, middle finger. And then that didn't feel right, but it also didn't feel right to like put my tail between my legs, you know, and like stay home for the weekend and yes, go through my process and honor my process, but also kind of like in a mopey way, in a way of like, I can't live my life, you know, in this almost defeated way of like, I can't live my life if I have these fears. And I know some of you are feeling me right now. And so I was like, there's got to be a middle ground, because that's what Spirit tells us or guides us to do, is like, you know, if one way doesn't feel good and the other way doesn't feel good, to make a third way. And the third way was like, I can have everything I want. Like I can go on this weekend and honor my inner being. Like I can face my fears and decide powerfully to live my life fearlessly and honor my fears at the same time. And whether that makes sense or not, like that's what happened. And I felt a very powerful shift in my beingness this weekend. I feel decided that I'm not somebody that ignores my pain. I'm not somebody that ignores my fears. I'm not somebody that ignores my problems, but I'm also not somebody that is controlled and ruled by my fears and my problems. You know, there's a difference. Each of us has a tendency, like in our subconscious, like on one half, to be someone that ignores our problems or ignores symptoms in the body or ignores these things and has a tendency to just go, I don't want to look at that. And then, but equally on the opposite side, each of us has this tendency to be, you know, someone who essentially focuses too much on the problems, focuses too much on the symptoms, and gives it too much power. So like finding that, not just happy medium, but finding that essence of who we are, which is like, no, I see everything. I know all the quote unquote dangers out there. I know, you know, all that exists that could be trapping. You know, I know that this could potentially be a problem. I'm fully aware. I'm fully conscious, and I'm choosing to shift that. You know, not ignore it, but see it and shift it. That's the difference in my energy. So I feel really good about that. And I also feel really great that the Seahawks won. Go Hawks.